aces to play.
For American women's gymnastics, a healthy spurt came from Kathy Rigby. A tiny, perfectly proportioned expert on the balance beam, Rigby in November of 1970 became the first American to capture an international prize, a silver medal on the balance beam at the World Championships in Ljubljana, Yugoslavia.
They are scared of her. They know that there's...
America's next great was a toddler when Rigby won silver. But Rigby was there 13 years later as an ABC expert when Mary Lou emerged as a substitute entry at the America's Cup competition in New York in 1983. She was an unknown, an underdog, and this is how she remembers it.
I was here at the competition, and I was an alternate for the competition. And they brought me along just for the ride, and I was enjoying myself. You know, I was working out. This is my first time to see all the international gymnasts, and I was just at awe, because I had always seen them in magazines. So I was just there, working out with the team, and Diane Durham got injured the day before the competition. And Bella came up to me and he says, "You have to compete." I went, "Whoa." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Me in this competition?" I went in and I won it. And again, it was actually the same situation as in '84. I was the underdog, except this time no one even knew who I was. I mean, they had never heard of the name Mary Lou Retton. And here I came, and I beat the top Soviet gymnast, the top Eastern European gymnast. I mean, it was incredible. I was flying high. And from that time on, the next month, I was on the cover of the magazine.
Mary Lou's coach was Romanian Bela Karolyi. He defected in 1981, enough time to make her the best.
I could not have been Olympic champion without him. I had the talent, but I just needed to be worked, and that's what he did, and we did it together.
In America, do we have enough Bela Karolyis to keep us competitive with the Soviet Union and the Romanians?
I don't think so. In my opinion, no. We need more. I might be prejudiced, but he's the best coach in the world.
They're part of your life. You're dreaming about their performance. You are thinking nighttime, oh, that skill, that little thing, she gonna be okay tomorrow? She's hurt. And through the years, sure, you build up a common communication type of relation. But you have to carry. You are a dead liar, an ordinary liar if you say, no, I don't feel anything. Oh, I'm just don't, oh, if she will do okay. If not, I'm gonna win another competition. No, they're working so hard. They're putting up so much sacrifices. Parents, kids, and all these young children, they were dreaming. That's why they're working so hard, hours, thousands of hours. And to don't be there whenever they need so badly you, to turn your back and to make a very stony face and say, it was all right. It wasn't good. I can't do it. I can't do it. You have to give them the reward. You have to give them the prompt appreciation. It was great. Wasn't great. Let's go better. Let's do it one more time. Next better. So you have to be there and support them. It's your obligation as the coach.
What was your proudest moment?
You know, definitely my 10 in my vault also in '84. It was just the whole situation, how it worked out. I ended the competition with vault, my best event. And Zavo, my competitor, finished her routine and she got a 9.9, which is a wonderful score. And she was waving to the crowd. Everyone was hugging her. She thought she won, and she had perfect right to. And just the pressure in this whole situation that was surrounding me, I had to score a perfect 10. And I went up to Bella, and he was behind a barrier because he was not the Olympic coach. He was back there with the press. And every time I'd finish, I had to look for him, which was very distracting, but we always had our bearings where he was. So I went over to him. He says, "Now or never." He says, "The best vault in the world, the best vault. You have to do it, now or never." And I just looked at him. And I just had a feeling inside of me, because I performed a 10 before. I told myself, I said, "Mary, you've done this. You've done it." I said, "You can do it again." So I was up on the podium, and I raised my hand, and the light went off, the green light went, and I told myself at that point, I said, "Mary Lou, this is it. All of the dedication I put in, this is the time." So I ran, and really nothing was going to stop me. And when I landed, I knew I had it. When I stick my vault, I get excited when I talk about it now, but when I stick my vault, usually it's either a 9.9 or a 10. I just had to wait for the score. And when they flashed that score, it's something that's very hard to express in words.
Don't worry about it. Champion! Olympic champion!
Bela Karolyi, hear him?
And the crowd is on their feet. What a moment for American gymnastics.
What was your motivation to be great? Many people have said that maybe it was because of the things afterwards, but what was your motivation?
My motivation was winning a gold medal for me and my country. I was only 16. I was very innocent to the whole situation afterwards. I expected, well, maybe, you know, somebody will want to see me. I'll sign autographs for somebody. But I had no idea any of this would happen to me. I really didn't. I say that with total honesty. I went in there watching Nadia. I was 7 years old. And that was my dream. I was a gymnast. I just began gymnastics, watching Nadia score her 10s. I said, Mom, to Mommy, I want to be just like her. And I had no idea. I was in a sport for fun, for activity, and I progressed each year, and I got to elite level, and I was competing, and I soon became national champion. And it was just a dream I'd had since I was 7 years old. I wanted to be an Olympic gold medalist. And I did it for myself and for my country.
What's been the hardest part about being great? Has there been hurtful moments or moments where you felt you haven't been understood?
I suppose there's the great pressure that's on top of a great champion, that the public really puts you high up on that pedestal and just wait for you to fall. And that's what they do. It's tremendous pressure.
Fame not only caught her by surprise, but the Gymnastic Federation as well. As she benefited from amateur rule changes that allowed her to accept commercial endorsements, her relationship with the Federation became strained. When she wasn't invited back to the America's Cup, she decided to retire.
They could have been more supportive. They weren't helping me in any way. In fact, I was invited back. I went back to American Cup in 1985 and won it. And as a rule, you're supposed to invite back the reigning champion. I'd won it 3 years in a row, which no one had ever done, not even Nadia, which Bella had told me. And that was a big thrill for me because I came from the Olympics. I'd won, and I wanted to prove to myself. It was more of a self-satisfaction to me to say the Olympics wasn't a fluke. I can do it again. I can prove to myself I can do it again, and I did. And I was prepared. I was still working out that whole year. I wanted to go back and maybe try for a fourth time. And we got letters in the mail saying, no, you're not invited back. And they really discouraged me.
So if you were the czar of gymnastics someday and you had a Mary Lou Retton, what would you do?
Oh my gosh, I would use it to my advantage. I would do exactly the opposite of what the Federation did to me.
Mary Lou, you made a decision to retire. And what do you want to do now?
To keep pursuing my commentary, finish school, and hopefully someday get married and have a family.
It's a little more than a year away from the Seoul Olympics. The United States, the Soviet Union, and Romania have already produced new stars. And in the United States, it's a youngster named Christy, for Christy Phillips. And she is a Bela Karolyi protege.
Since the Isuzu
World of Sports continues.
In the Rocky Mountains, a mile high today, Christy Phillips.
There was so much pressure on Christy.
15-year-old Christy Phillips is America's national champion and is already America's #1 hope for a medal in Seoul. Unlike Olga and Mary Lou, she's no underdog. And because of it, she has to deal with two expectations: living up to the legend of Mary Lou Retton and capturing Olympic gold.
Well, the hardest thing in gymnastics is to keep yourself motivated to go into the gym and work as hard as you can every day. Because we go into the gym six days a week for around 6 hours, and that's a long time for, you know, a person to go in and work and work and work. And you just have to have a lot of dedication, and if you don't have the dedication, you can't make it.
That move very reminiscent of what she does on the balance beam.
Well, when I was 4 years old, I was watching Nadia through the whole Olympic Games, and, she was my favorite gymnast. And I saw her make her first 10, and I remember all this, and it just is an inspiration, and it just really keeps me motivated. Mary Lou comes into the gym maybe once or twice a month, you know, just to say hello and to really, you know, just laugh with us and tell us some things. And, you know, she's just a really great person, and she's done a lot for the sport of gymnastics, and I don't think that the sport of gymnastics would be where it is today without her.
Could you be prepared? I said, be prepared, you know, keep your feet on the floor. Don't get a big head, because it's very easy to. People always, you know, want pictures and want 5 minutes of your time. And just be with family. Family really makes it help. Just go about it like you would any other day.
That's strength. Little pause in the corner here. Round off back handspring, double pike. She could do it. Great exercise.
It's a little over a year away from the Olympic Games. It will be a time when Christy must concentrate the hardest, take the most risks, and stay in the best mental and physical condition of her life. This year will be like no other, and it will be the same for Christy's competitors. One of which, most likely, will be Soviet hopeful Elena Shushinova, who won a gold medal in the vault at the European Championships. And the biggest Romanian hopeful since Nadia, Daniela Silivash, who captured 4 gold medals at the Europeans in the overall, the bars, the beam, and the floor exercise. These are the names of the near future. But I suppose after the 1988 Olympics, no matter who she is, we will come to know her by her first name. And then it will be added to Olga, Nadia, and Mary Lou, whose names will always keep little girls' dreams alive.